right. Welcome to part 3. We're still going here. I give it a lot of thought about an input for when I'm plugging a regular guitar cable in. And I ended up ordering a pair of switching jacks from Amazon. These are just 1/4-inch switching jacks. So these are going to be normally, I don't know if you guys know your patch bays. These are normally going to be connected from the output of the wireless receiver for the guitar into the input to the audio interface. And because of the switching action here, if I do plug something in from the side, it'll break that connection, and that will now be the signal that comes in. I was having a massive problem finding switching jacks, so I did find this D panel on Amazon from Seismic Audio. It says I purchased it, but it now says currently unavailable. That's kind of scary. I'm sure somebody sells these, but I couldn't find them even at Bestronic. So I'm going to put that jack inside here. You know, I suppose I could get the guys next door to 3D print one, something like this, but I'll put that. Oh, look, it looks like it comes with a switching jack. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it does. Ooh, that would be cool. Then I don't have to change anything. But anyway, we'll put the switching jack in there, and that will be when you plug a guitar cable into the side of it, it'll break the connection from the wireless. But for now, I'm just going to put this D panel in there. This is a 1/4-inch TRS, and there's no switching action on here as far as I know. We'll check that, but I think this is just a TRS. And I'm going to put that in for now. We'll see just how damaging that is to have it open like that. I think we're probably going to be okay. So actually turning this thing on and getting sound out of it is kind of seems like a million miles away at this point anyway. And I think I decided that on the input side or the output side, I'm going to have a D-Power, PowerCon, whatever. Sorry. Output for the FR power. If I decide to use that, I'm going to put that in there. It may or may not be used, but may as well get it there. Be prepared. Or how do you do the Boy Scout thing? I don't know. Be prepared. I wasn't a Boy Scout. But I like be prepared. So let's get this mess on the road. Here's my overhead. Get this thing back up here. I don't know where my life is going, but I would love to have a lot more space because I really need it. But here we are. Got the PowerCon from yesterday working, so that's the input. Now this guy, can I put this in before I wire it? I'm gonna have to wire it in place. I hate that. What I think I'm gonna do is take two 1/4-inch pancake connectors and plug those in. I bought some cables. I keep buying and losing these pancake cables. Let me see if these are going to be long enough. I'll flip this over. And I think I am going to make a PowerCon connector for the FR. Let's see. I think I already said that. Sorry if I'm being redundant. Okay, so look how long these cables are. Kind of ashamed to cut these cables up for this, but I think it's a noble sacrifice. So get to the wireless, no problem. To get to the audio interface, that may be a problem. I still am not 1,000% sure where I'm going to put the audio interface. So maybe we'll lay this out, get an idea. One of the primary concerns with this audio interface is getting to this knob, right? If I can't get to this knob, we're going to have some problems. No matter where I put this, there's going to be problems. If I put it this way, I can get to the knobs from the outside. That's not that great. Have to worry about getting in on the front here. I think I only have to put one connector in the front. I might have to put more in the back. Plus I got the USB in the back. It would be more ideal to have it this way than the other way. You know, maybe I could even put it, let's see. Let's get an idea. If I could put it right here, that might be ideal. And then I think I can just make it with one of these cables. Let me get an idea. Okay, so here's the pedals, the MIDI controller. And again, man, I could I am not averse to getting that Paint Audio MIDI Captain. That's going to make this a lot smaller. I don't know how well that thing works, but oh, I do have some right angle USB connectors. I don't know if they'll actually work. Like sometimes that stuff just doesn't work. But if I do use that, I can put this pretty close to, actually I'm okay right here. So let's see, will that actually fit? And probably I'd like to get a Shure GLXD 16 Plus or whatever it is on my other pedal board. It's actually smaller than this Line 6 relay, and it has both 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz. But if this fits right here just fine. Okay, so if I had it like that, cable come in from here, no problem. Aux out, main out. Oh yeah, there's only one input. Okay. That's okay. Let's see what the other things that have to be on here. So PSM 300, and what I've learned from my other pedal board is that I don't want digital devices too close together. This I can just barely fit like this. And, I got to worry about the MIDI right here. So there's some fit issues, but I think this is going to be okay because I'd like to be able to get to. I mean, this is ideal like this. But I got to fit the MIDI cables in there. So this thing's going to take power and MIDI cables. So power is going to be over here. MIDI is going to be right here. So there's only so much space I have for this guy, but I want to keep this as far from here as possible. And that's about right there. If I had right angle MIDI connectors, maybe that would be easier. Okay. Now the other things that have to go on here are the Mac Mini and the monitor, or the iPad, whatever it's going to be. You know, I might actually have the right thing already wired up for, so I don't have to cut up that cable. I'm going to think about that in a second. Sorry, 1 second. All right, sorry. We got a show on Sunday, and we're still trying to figure out what PA we're bringing. So this looks like this will work. You know, I was thinking before I was going to have this Focusrite system right here, but if I have it on the side, I'll be able to get to the knob easier. We'll see if that right angle USB thing works. I can, you know, kind of space these guys out so I don't have to worry, and probably going to stick the iPad right on top of here. One problem that I'm dealing with is getting the Mac Mini to stick, because this whole bottom sticks out so much. I'm thinking I got to put something here and build up so that I can put the dual lock on and really stick. So I think I'm going to put some kind of filler here. There's like a, you see this lump right here. This is making it so I can't, this dual lock's not going to hit the other dual lock. So I've got to build that up. I might just be able to hot glue dual lock on top of this dual lock, and that might do it. I'll burn that bridge when I get to it. So I'm gonna put the computer back. The PSM 300 will fit nicely there. Audio interface will go exactly where I want it. That's fine. Get rid of the pedal board. So I think I'm not going to need to use these guys right here. Give me a lot of little finagling. All right, now what did I do with that deep? Oh, right here. Okay, so this guy right here. Let me see if I got a cleaner one. I might have one that's already cleaned off. Yeah, this looks like a brand new one that hasn't been soldered to before. So this little setup right here, it's already got right angle connectors on it. Okay. So this was a Y cable I was using for an expression pedal, but I'm just going to tie these positives together. We're going to figure out how this is wired. Actually, I got to figure out how this is wired first. I should just get a tip sleeve connector, but why do it easy? Okay. So the tip is that guy. Okay. Tip is the center pin. Usually that's right, but I've been surprised before. Okay. You know where the sleeve is. All right. Then we'll figure out this after I get this prepped. Sponge. I need to get some more sponges, actually. I wonder if I could just use a regular old sponge. I got some. Probably not ideal, but I'm going to try that. Now, in all this pile of junk, where did the scissors go? Got these little scissors. I don't know if they're going to work. I doubt it. Oh, maybe. Oh, ooh, look at that. All right, again, it's not the right kind of sponge to use, so it's probably going to burn right through, but should work for a little bit. All right, so just going to desolder this. And the ground. So how do I want to do this? Just going to tie these guys together. But I want it to be somewhat safe. It's a little mangled. I'm just going to clean this up. Still have plenty of length. And I don't want that on there. Put this guy back together. May have to use this later. Outer jacket's always scary to cut. This one's not too bad. Man, that looks like some green wire. I'm a little suspicious of this wire. It might be a little bit too old and grody. Oh, it's sticky, man. It's like copper. You know, if you ever been out in the near a copper mine or been out, just out in the desert prospecting, and you see that those copper veins, and it's all like this turquoise color. What's going on here? Let's see if it'll tin. That's pretty good. Okay. And then I'm going to tie these guys together. That's awful short. I'll tie them a little bit further. Okay, now the question is, If I pre-wire this, will I be able to fit it through the patch panel holes? All right, the answer is yes. That's good news. So I'm gonna pre-wire this thing. So let's figure out who's who. So sleeve is. See if it's marked. 1, 2, 3. So allegedly 2 is going to be the tip. We'll find out. No. Yes. 2 is the tip. 3 is the sleeve. Okay, well that is convenient. All this junk I buy, and I still haven't bought one of those new kinds of soldering irons or the eutectic solder. I really need to do that. Okay, so that should be it. This should be it. You guys, well, we'll just test it real quick. So I'm not sure what it's going to do to have this wide into the wireless if I plug a guitar in the side, but I don't think it's going to be super critical. I play active pickups. Allegedly, they're lower impedance. I don't know. We'll see. I could actually put one of those sleeves over this thing just to really be careful. I guess I should have done that before I put the cable in. Not sure that this is going to work. Oh, there's the scissors. Okay. I don't think I can do this, but we'll just check real quick. Oh yeah, I'm never getting that through there. I could cut this whole end off and plug and get these through, but is that really much of a help? I suppose it would be. And I got plenty of these, so it's okay. Yeah, that just makes me feel a little bit better. It's probably going to fall right off. I could hot glue it on or something, but I think I'm going to need to heat up the hot glue gun because to get that Mac Mini in, but I don't know if I want to do that now. What else do I have to wire up? Now, I did make a special Y cable with resistors in it so that I could mix outside sources with my headphone. And okay, I'm thinking about how I'm going to feed both the output and my in-ear system. part of it is how do I control the volume to my in-ears? There's no real good solution with this audio interface. It's got two volume knobs for the outputs, but they're not what you would like. We need XLR in on one side, 1/4 inch on the other. And I did make a cable that had resistors in it to do this. I'm not sure what I did. I had a whole thing in a box over here, but I might have taken it back apart. Let me take a look and see if I think this is it. So what I did, this is going to go out to the headphone system. This one's coming from like a mixer input, and this one would be coming from the audio interface. And these should have resistors in them. Yeah, so I put a little resistor in there. It's hidden under the shrink wrap. But these are to act as a mixer. So they're both got some. They're not going to bleed into each other and destroy like the headphone amp or destroy the mixer's output. Even though both of these are line level, so I may not need something like this. This may actually make trouble for me, but I think for now, this is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to take input from an outside mixer if I do need to feed in, and this will be straight from my interface, so I can always have my headphone outs right there. The send from my headphone outs I don't really need. That's going to be the same output as the other one. So I'm going to need to think about this. This will come from one output of the interface. This will come from the mixer input. The other output will go straight out to the FR front of house or whatever. Might need to Y that. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss here on how I'm doing these outputs, just because of the nature of how this interface works. Because I want to leave the other two outputs for show control features, like playing back cues or playing a click or whatever. So yeah, I think I'm going to use this as the input into the in-ear system. Now, I may need to adapt that out, but we'll worry about that later. All right, so that's that. I'm trying to decide if I even want to make an FR power output on this thing. It is convenient, but it's kind of, with the FR thing, it's kind of going to be an either or. Either I'm using an FR or I'm sending out to a mixer, because I'm only going to have one output jack to do that. I could Y them off. There's plenty of output impedance is fine for that. I could make a Y cable. I'm not super concerned about that. If I'm going to make that FR power output, though, I have to do that now. And I think I have to wire it through the board. I'm trying to remember. Probably that's the case. So remove this stuff. I'm going to throw the pedal board back up here again. That's where it is. It's on the next to my computer. Okay, or next to my MacBook. So in, we're going to want this is going to be first one. Put the lock on the top. Yay, it does fit through. Was kind of a worry. So, oh, but no, that works. That works. Okay, just barely snug through, or maybe not. Maybe I'll pull it through first. Yeah, there we go. Okay, screw that in. Little packages. Okay, I do have to find all my USB charger things because I got to charge up that powered screwdriver. I have a million in here. I just don't know where any of them are right now. That's kind of how this keeps working. Here's a USB-C. There we go. Here's another charger. And where's my electric screwdriver? There it is. Okay. So I'm going to put these in, and then I'm going to charge this thing, I think. Oh, wow. That is not working. Try the skinnier one. Okay, so that's going to be for the interface and the wireless. I'm going to make one more that's going to be for the whatchamacall, headphones send. Yeah, it's going to be too short. That's okay. For that one, I need a XLR female to male panel. I swear I got more of these. I had more of both. Uh-oh. Where are all my panel mounts? Okay, here's XLR male to female. I'll keep these handy. I need female to male. There we go. And I might be running out on these. thinking if I have an XLR-Y cable, I may send this out to both. Yeah. I gotta be really careful about that though, because I could end up with phantom power. Maybe not, actually. Let me think about this. Okay, so for the output panel, I need the main PA send, maybe an FRFR send. Ideally a send from 3 and 4. That would be the audio cues, and another one that would be like if I have to do playback cues. Because I have 4 outputs. I figure 2 of those could be for guitar. Really, only 1 should be for guitar. 1 should be click. 1 should be music, and 1 should be cue playback. But maybe I'll just do main out, click out, and cue playback. So 3 and 4 will get their own. Main out. Man, yeah, I could do 3 and 4 on a stereo send. I'm really not sure how I'm going to use this, but if I do have both a PA out and an FRFR out, things probably would go easier for me. But I'm trying to think, in my situation, I never use the FRFR out, except for my band to hear me. And when I'm doing that, I don't actually have it going to the PA. So I only have 4 panels here. And if I am going to do an FRFR, I should probably do a power out, like I'm currently doing with my other pedal board. Just makes it so much easier. It's one less thing to plug in. I think this cord's more than thick enough to handle it. So that gives me 3 outputs I can use. I could wire the 3 and 4 in stereo, and then I could split it out with the stereo splitter. Might be the way to go. Yeah, I'm really confused here. So PA out, FRFR out, 3 and 4 out on stereo. Normally I'd just be using one of those, so I think that's going to be okay. Let me see. I have here two XLR male to 1 XLR female. Hey, hold on. Let me just think about this. Where's my phantom power blocker? Here we go. Okay. So this is going to the output. Yeah, that's the wrong direction. I think it's phantom blocker. So if I got 2 female XLR cables, plugged them into here, then I'm just duplicating it. I'd kind of rather do this in a different way. I think for now I'm just going to make the PA out. I'll deal with that eventuality later. I will make the power con out. I think that's going to make more utility for me than the other way around. Question's going to be, which one of these extension cords should I cut up? So do this one. Ooh, unfortunately, it sticks out the bottom. That is definitely not going to work. And this one I think is going to be too short. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is just too short. I do have, what did I just do with it? Yeah, right here. Okay, I do have this. Let's see if this does something for us. Oh no, that makes everything worse. Okay. So never mind that. Let's see, neither of these extension cords are going to work. I could put my own end on it. Might need this. We shall see. Okay, well, I need a short extension cord. I have some old IEC cords I could cut up if I had to. I think we can sacrifice one. Just give myself plenty of room here. Just going to have a little bit of slack just in case. I was thinking I was going to make it so you could mix the music in with the click. That's for just for the band to hear, time-wise showcase features. But I'm thinking whatever files I'll make, I'll just put the click and the music together, and that should be fine. And then I can use 3 and 4 for, or I can use the other one for if I have to play cues. Like I'm thinking for his Misfits band, right? Dig Up Her Bones. I want to have the wolf howl at the beginning of it, and I'll just be able to step on a pedal and play that wolf howl. I could be totally wrong about how this thing's going to be used, but I'm trying to take on some contingencies here. Again, this is the part I really don't like, so I'm doing this the slow way, but I'm a little bit more confident about that. Oh, ho, ho. Stab myself. Oh, before I do anything else, putting this on. Okay. Don't let me forget that. Nope, backwards. See, almost messed up. There we go. Now you can do this with the razor blade, and that's usually how I did it back in the day, or actually just with the side of the wire stripper. But I'm a little more confident if I just split it down the side. And when it comes to electricity, I'm so paranoid that I really don't want any open areas of the insulation. And let me pull up my PowerCon wiring chart again. I was in my history. Hold on. Okay, PowerCon wiring. All right, so green is here. Black is here. White is here. Okay. I'm gonna ask Paint Audio to send me one of those CE ones, and that could be just the easiest way to do it. But I really think everybody who looked at it said the CPU was going to be underpowered for the purpose, which is sad. But I wonder if that's upgradable. Doing it this way with this really complicated, too many moving parts, especially having the audio interface, that's a big problem. I wonder how many outs the MIDI, the CE1 actually has. Let's take a look at that again. Ooh. It's not sticking. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let's do this again. Green is the middle. Black is L. Hey, okay, it actually lines up this time. All right. Oh, and guess what I just did wrong? This whole point of this thing was to put it through here first. I can't put this through. Oh, screwdriver box. All right, so I just messed that up. I can't fit any of this through here, so I got to take this all back off. Oops. So that was an oops. Okay, L is black. Okay. And I had it perfect the first time, and now it's going to be difficult. Now I think I got it right. All right, so slide through here. Lock on the top. Now, I accidentally plugged the wrong end of this in last practice, or 2 practices ago, and it actually worked. Which I'm not sure if that's right, but was disturbing to me. And this time I'm going to try and make sure that doesn't happen. Trying to get this sleeve over it. There we go. We'll put the lock on top and screw it in. Oh man, an hour into this already. Imagine if I did this as a business. I'd probably be starving. I am starving. Yeah, I'm excited to plug this all in and actually hear it. But I actually got the software pretty well going. Really had it sounding good. So I think I'm okay, but I might wire 3 and 4 up later. I don't know. We'll see. Kind of. Given how unsure I am about some of this, I don't want to go too far in the wiring too early. Okay, so I'm going to want to tie this stuff up to something really clean. Might want to do that now before anything else gets too finalized, because this is a very long cable here. Tie them around here. But if I put zip ties over it, it actually makes it a little bit harder for the dual lock to work. Probably something like this. And I could use these little holder downer things, but they don't seem to stick all that well. I don't know if they're going to stay on there. So if I have this, actually, if I could do it like this. Gotta make sure it's not hitting when it's sitting down. So something like this. What'll happen is if everything else goes wrong, flip the pedal board over and start ripping these out. So I either want to go here, just clear all this up. And there's no real good answer here. Everything else, just a series of compromises. Let's see. But once you start tying stuff down, everything does feel better and safer. So. I just don't think that these little things will hold it in place. And they always seem to pop off when I don't want them to. I could try like this. I'll put one through there and see if it just pops right off. That seems okay. All right, I'm going to charge my screwdriver. Okay. Me being a PA guy, over under. I still, man, my mic cables look so ugly on stage. I'm embarrassed by them, but I try and get it better, and I'm just not. Just terrible at it. I got to make sure I can still get to these plugs. Like, this is kind of getting in the way, but I think we're okay so far. You could try putting one of these things right here. See, I just peeled that right off like it was nothing. Let's try it. Now, I got billions of these. I think I ordered them off of 3M, and 3M actually sells them. Or somebody sells them. Yeah, you can get them on Amazon, I think. If I put it like that. I mean, if that works, that's awesome. But I think they don't usually work. I need my end nipper pliers. Oh yeah, there they are, right there. That's exactly what I want. That's pretty nice, actually. Now this one. I'm still going to tie this around. I just don't trust the other one so much. You might be too short. Just long enough. Okay. I don't want to stress that, so I'm going to slack it a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right. Maybe try one of those tie downs right here. Now I'm starting to believe in them. It's kind of funny. Okay. And that looks a lot nicer. I mean, I don't know, it looks, right? It just feels like I don't have wires clunking all around. Okay, so the outs. I think what I'm going to do is put 3 XLR male outs. One's going to be stereo, and that's going to come from 3 and 4. One's going to be wide together, and that's going to, I think that's going to come from the phantom blocker. And then that's going to come out of output 1 of the interface. I mean, it's not, I don't see that I'm ever going to use phantom. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm just going to do phantom blocker on the PA out, and then I'll flip over the other one, and that'll be the, I'm not even going to bother putting the phantom blocker on it, because that's going to be for the FR. And I really shouldn't, you know, my main pedal board, I just took that off, so I could put the phantom blocker on here, because I'm not planning on putting an FR into anything with phantom, right? I mean, I shouldn't. I know that's still like, it can happen. And like all you guys who are like, oh yeah, don't worry about phantom power. Look, worry. You should probably worry. Check some stuff. Sorry. So if I do the main out and FR out, oh, wow! I just realized that where I normally plug my Helix into, I've got phantom power on. So yeah, I can't use the. Yeah, see, I really want my phantom power blocker back on everything, but yeah, I'll make this work. Just got to remember that. So from now on, I can't use my output the way I used to. All right, so we just got here. Okay, so main out is going to go right side up. Now, 3 and 4 really do need phantom blockers, because they are going to go out to things that may have phantom power on them. So I'm probably going to buy a cheaper 1-channel DI. I saw one for $26. It's cheaper than the phantom power blocker, and it'll block phantom power, so it does what I need it to do. Yeah, I think it's $26. I'll wire that up later. It's not a right now thing, but I'm realizing that I still need to put phantom power blockers on everything. And it's funny, in my case, even my FR out, because that's what I use in the school, but I could do that a different way. So that's that. And if I, like I said, if I really want to do it, I could Oh, I do have an attenuator I can use for the FRFR. Well, I forgot about that. Or I could use that for my headphones. Interesting. Okay, I bought this attenuator so I could throw it in the effects loop of bass amps to keep the bass players from playing so crazy loud. But I don't think we need it anymore at the club, so I might do that a different way. All right, so where did the phantom blocker go? Oh, right here. Okay, sorry. Here we go. And I remember doing this with the Helix, and God, it feels so long ago. Was that 2019, 2020? Feels like a million years ago. I think was it before the pandemic or right after it started? Oh, wow. What a journey it's been. So, yeah, if I really want to do this safe, I will Y out of this. And then I'll have phantom power blocker on both of them, but I think I'm going to do this a different way. So I'm going to flip this one over so I know this is the FRFR out. And I'll give them labels later on. That's kind of in the way. It's a good way to hold it, though. Maybe I'll leave it there. I can move that if I have to. And I am riding my bike today. I didn't ride yesterday. That's very bad. I'm needing to do some pretty severe weight loss in a hurry, and not riding my bike definitely doesn't help. Okay, so that's going to be my FRFR out. This is main out. I'm going to put 3 and 4 out here. And so I'll make if I have to, I'll make a breakout on the other side. That's going to be stereo send. And I'll put this one right side up. But I'll label it so I'll know what that is. That's pretty slick, though. So is there anything else I need to bring in here? This is going to be from the outside mixer to my headphone send. I don't know what that last hole would be for, but we're okay. So that's all of that. I'll be right back. I gotta think about this and be right back. I gotta check on what's going on at the school here. Okay. Let's see, I sent some messages. One more thing. Sorry. 1 second. There's a lot kind of going on. Um, uh, Okay. So we know what's going out. So I'm going to need a 2/4 inch Y to, oh my God. The thing I just cut apart is exactly what I need for that output. This one's going to be 1/4 inch to XLR male. This one's going to be 1/4 inch to XLR male. They're going to have to come all the way from over there. Could be balanced. Yeah, I'm going to run a balanced line all the way out. This one probably doesn't matter, but I could do them both balanced. Those should definitely be right angle cables. Yeah, I wonder, because my right angle cables that I have that are balanced are a little bit bigger. Like we just took one apart, right? Straight angle ones are easy, but let's see where they are. Do I have any more, or did I run out? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got plenty of straight ones. I don't know that I really need to do this balanced, but I probably should. More proper. Okay, so these are them. So that's going to push it. You know, on pedal boards, you know, space is often at a premium. So you really want, like, those pancake jacks are awesome because they fit right in. But I guess I could use 2 of these as the... Actually, I'm going to need 3 or 4. I need 4 of those. I don't know that I have them. I can't believe I'm saying that. I mean, I really could make them unbalanced, but probably do it balanced if I can. All right, hold on. Let me try and see what I got exactly. I've probably built these cables 20 times, so I probably actually have the ones I need, but I don't know where they are. All right, so here we go. Here is a balanced one to, for some reason, an XLR female decon. So this is one. I can just pull this and stick it to wherever I want to go. Actually, it's going to need to go to an XLR male. And this one is actually probably long enough. Okay, so that's probably done. Okay, so there's one. Another balanced 1/4 inch. I definitely need a balanced one. Oh no, that's going to stereo. That's going to be 2. That'll be 2 mono, 2 male XLR. Okay, so those ones can be mono because they're it's going to 2 channels on here. It's gonna be unbalanced coming out as a stereo out. It'll be line level, so hopefully it won't matter. This is all gonna be line level, so it really shouldn't matter. I shouldn't even bother with the balanced ones, but you know, if I got it, I can. But I'm gonna put 2 pancakes for this one. So that's gonna be a Y. That'll be a Y to XLR male, and I probably have one. That's the sad part. I might even have brought one. What is this pancake right here? I made so many weird adapters here. I wouldn't be surprised if I have exactly what I need. Okay, no, that's for the wireless. All right, so gotta be at least this long. I'm going to need one more balanced one, and then one where it's going to be 2 pancakes to XLR. How do I want to do that? I could cut up an insert cable, but I'd feel bad about that. Maybe I wouldn't. Let me take a look at what I got here. Okay, looking for insert cables. Oh, I got some. I got to balance the 1/4 inch. All right, so this is exactly what I need. Feel kind of bad about cutting up this cable because it's so useful. That's going to have a hard time fitting into an XLR. I had these white ones that were like the perfect size. Or I had some Hosa ones I just took apart. Let me see. All right, if I have to, I'll use this, but I'd rather not if I can help it. The white ones are great. Here's balanced to balanced. All right, I'm going to throw an XLR male on this one, and that'll be that. That'll be fine. Just this. Can I fit an XLR male around this? I don't think so. I have any XLR males. A bunch of right angle types. XLR female. These ones are clockable too. You can change where they go. It's really handy. But I need at least 3 XLR males. I don't know that I got them. Uh-oh. Man, I can't believe how much I've done in the last 5 years of wiring pedal boards. It's kind of blowing me away to think about. I got a lot of XLR females. This is scaring me. Hey, I'm not seeing XLR males. Thought I ordered some. Even I definitely ordered XLR females. I got tons. Yeah, this is an uh-oh. I do not have XLR males. I got a 5-pin. That's not going to do me any good. Okay, so either I find cables that already have them on there, or I'm in trouble. All right. Okay, what I do have is the opposite of what I need as well. Is there any use to this cable? Males. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I need if I wanted to Y out that phantom power. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let's check how this is wired. If this is wired, if this is just a Y cable, this is exactly what I need. That solves that whole phantom power thing right there. Of course, they're going to both get the same output. But that's okay. That'll be okay. So let's just see. So one, this should be fine. This should be going both ones. Yeah, that's one on both of them. So here's 3. Going to 3 on both of them. Here's 2. Okay, so this is a Y cable. Okay, this is going to phantom power. So phantom, the output of the, so just going to take one output of the Focusrite, plug it into here. Plug it into the phantom power blocker. Plug the phantom power blocker into here. This goes to the 2 outputs. We are covered on phantom power on both of them. Score. And no, I can't do that on my regular pedal. So if I buy, I'll probably order another, probably order one of those single channel Rapco DIs and stick it in there for my other pedal board. Or actually, if I need phantom power for this thing. Okay, so I need 1 XLR male for this. Or just wire this straight in there and cut it. But no, I'd rather get 1 XLR male for that. And 1 XLR male for the other one. So I'm going to be plugging in 2 pancake, 2 XLR males. Okay, so I need 2 XLR males. Which I don't have. What do I have here? I have 1 XLR male to 2 XLR females. Do I need that for something? Let me think. This is really, that's what this would be for, to do this properly. Headphone output. Actually, that's why I bought this, but this doesn't have the resistors in it, but this does. So I'm going to use that one for now. That having those resistors in there is scary to me. Like I should probably use a little mixer or something, but I don't know that it matters. We'll fight that later. Okay, so that's what's coming out of the other side of the 1 and 2. So I'm going to send everything out 1 and 2 in mono. Okay, that. I just need 2 XLR males. Here's a not pancake 1/4 inch that's already ready to go. I'll use a pancake. Then I have to find the all my rechargeable AA's because that's what's going to be powering a lot of the wireless on this pedal board. I'm looking for these other insert cables I had that would be just perfect. They are so skinny that I don't have to worry about if they're going to fit or not. I'd have used them all up. Can't believe I'm out of male XLR jacks. Ooh, what do we got here? This is also what I need, but you know what? Actually, these are all Canon switch, real good stuff. This is brand new, so I kind of trust it more, but it may be that this is the better one to use. I mean, this is actual Canon or Switchcraft. Boy, that might be safer to use. I don't want to take these males off. Well, we'll find out. I'll use this first. I could take this apart. Let's see if I can't find other jabs. Looking around in case I have cables I'm not thinking of. Man, I can't believe I'm that far out of XLR males. Might have dropped a paper that I need. Be right back. Ooh. Yeah, here's another one. Yeah, so see, this is how hard it is to get that jack on there. It's just not going to fit those big cables. So this is the same sort of thing here. Insert cable. I did find a male I can use one of them. So this is one. There's two right here I could use. They're good ones. I need the two coming out of the interface into one male. Is this long enough? I got 3 male jacks. Three male jacks. Oh no, I only need 2. Okay, that's right. I need 2. I can take these off. One on the balanced out. One's going on 2 valves. Yeah, sorry. This is there's kind of a trying to get all the contingencies here. Okay, do this way. Yeah, really. It's funny because I putting some faith in here, but I know I wired this one up, and I know these are much better connectors, but who knows? We'll try it. Okay, so that's one. Can't believe a lot of XLRs, man. It's so crazy. Better order some. And I really should have phantom blockers on this other thing, but for now, I'm not gonna. We're still in the experimental phase. I'm probably gonna order 2 of those Rapco DIs. So I need money. I need to stop spending money. So it's not a good idea to keep spending money on stuff. Still all experimental. Almost 2 hours in. That's not too bad. Let's go into the Y cable. This one will be the one that's going to be on the stereo out. I wonder, these are actually balanced, so I could split this up, I think. No, that would be unshielded. That'd be bad. Okay. I could use the headphone out for that, but that's actually kind of even worse. Yeah. Okay. So let me just take this off real quick while I'm still here. Stop distracting yourself. I'm hearing giant subs. Is that from us? Let me go check the big room. I got to do something about those subs. Come on. Oh. Be right back again. Sorry. Yeah, it's killing me. I know I have a skinnier one that would make this easier, but I'm just gonna do it. Okay. Yeah, I can't even turn this. I really don't know how I'm fitting that XLR jack in there. Later on, I'll do this with two different male XLR jacks, but for now, yeah, that is going to have a hard time going through there. Maybe I'll just shrink wrap it. It doesn't even need to be stereo. It can just be two mono, skinny mono lines is all I need. Two skinny mono lines. Don't think I have any anymore. Ooh, what is this? Another one. Two XLR female to two male XLR. Just this. Actually, this might be better. Wow, see, I had a lot of these. That's interesting. Three times for some reason. Here's more 1/4 inch XLR male I could have used. They have to be right angle though. Where's my hot glue gun? My hot glue. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need my hot glue gun eventually. What is this? So female to, yeah, I got so many adapters already made that are just sitting here. I think my hot glue gun is around here someplace.
Oh, here it is, right here.
I'm not sure where the glue is, though. I'm probably going to need more of that. I don't need this yet, but I think I will. All right. Let's bear down and do it. Let's see, where is that end? So this end, I got to get off there somehow. And if I rip the cables, I'm okay. Wow. Wow, that just ripped right off of there. Interesting. Which is strange. This is a balanced giant barrel connector. Usually it's only the little ones. Oh, and it's braided wire too. Barf. Oh man, I really want to use some of that like El Cheapo Hosa stereo insert cable things, man. I know I got some. There got to be some around here. I just don't know where. What is this? Oh no, that's the one I used for an expression pedal. Never mind. Oh man, I probably got some of this at home too. That's the worst part. Really don't want to use braided cable for this. Let me just check the other room for inserts real quick. Oh yes. There we go. Already done. Already done. This one had an 1/8 inch jack on it, but I guess I didn't need to take apart that other one. I don't know how this is wired. I'm going to check this real quick, and this is exactly the size that I want, and it's already got 2 male XLRs on it. And I'm going to cut it down a lot shorter so that I can still use this for something else, even if I want an 1/8 inch on it, which I really don't usually, but okay. Okay, this is wired as a stereo jack, which I don't want, but that's not really going to be that big of a problem. I think I can fix that. See how long I need this. In the better safe than sorry department, I'm actually going to make this kind of long. But yeah, this will be a much happier. Oh, I'm so dumb. Sorry. It's going to be 2/4 inches to 1 XLR male. So these are going to come off. Hold on. I do want it wired in stereo, but not this way. I want it the other way. That's okay. This will be fine. This will be fine. Oh, I'm so out of room. All right, so these are cheapies with the. These aren't the male jacks that I want to use, but they're okay. Might just cut these back so I don't worry about existing. Yeah, why don't I do that? And I'm so scatterbrained. I just lost the. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, we are 2 hours in. I actually feel like I got more done than I thought I was going to do in these 2 hours, so I'm kind of happy about that. All right, so this side's going to get the XLR. Where's oh, are these all cheapies? I thought I had some professional XLRs. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Well, these should work though. I'm not super worried. Might need to be cleaned up. I'll have to unwire these. So it's pretty corroded. I'll probably have to spray these, or once you work them in, this should be okay. 12 o'clock. Okay, good. I'm definitely riding my bike today, so eventually I will be out of here. Ooh, I like that. There's a jumper here. I'm gonna leave that. Very much appreciate that jumper. Oh no, I don't need a jumper for this. This is a stereo one. Man, you're eyeing the prize, man. I like this jumper though. I wonder if I made that. I don't think so. Oh yeah, I definitely didn't do that. All right, so I'm gonna put this on first, so that there are no famous 99 ways to die, right? You forget to do that jack first. All right, so this looks difficult to put through here. So if this is a regular, like a Neutrik or something, this would be super easy. That this, yeah, see, is this going to rip it? Am I going to ruin it, or am I going to be able to get that back in there? I don't know. Let me get this through. here's the tricky one. Oops. Sometimes you can stick it to itself and pull it through. Yep. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's on there. Now, if I can get that back on there, that's another story. I don't know that I've ever been able to do that on these cheapies. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. All right. So this end's getting XLR, the other end's getting pancakes. And then the way this is going to work, it's going to have a female to two male breakout cable, but it's got to be a stereo one, not like this. So I'm going to have to make that adapter later on. Yeah, I'll fight that battle when I get to it. I got a lot of mixing to do too, you know, so this is cutting into that, sadly. A lot of the mixing is bands I've had a million times, so it's not that bad, but one of them is for Nevermind for their live versions of some of their own originals. I definitely got to do those. Slaughter sucker. We're getting there. not lining up. All right, let's see what's going on there. Okay. Oh, come on. What do I have? I might have a dental tool or something I could put in there. Oh, no, that's enough. There we go. This might be all the audio cables that are actually in here, now that I think about it, because, you know, everything's being handled inside the computer. There can be a lot of USB and stuff like that to worry about, but so I got to see if this is going to fit on the interface next to each other. Sometimes even these pancakes can be too big. Oh man, no, that's not going to work. Shoot. All right, I got to use the other kind of right angle connectors. Crapioca, man. So I'm going to use something like this. Question is, do I have enough of those? I didn't realize it's not going to work for the 1 and 2 either. Wow. Okay, so I need 3 of those. Work. Flat pack cables. Might need one of these. But, so I have 2 here. This one's going in. These 2 are coming out. And then the balanced one is already taken care of. Okay, so that's all I need is these 2. Oh man, I really like the way the pancake ones hook up too. It's so much easier. If this cable works. Pancake's so much nicer. Yeah, you got to remember to put these in there. I can't believe how much there's like a little $40 sub in the next room, and it is cranking. Can't believe how much power the thing puts out. Wow, this jack is somewhat suspect. Same type. Oh man, can't believe how hard these are to turn. It's like this stuff. This was on my Helix. These color codes are for you know, so I would know what's connected to what. So this wasn't all that long ago. I can't believe it's that corroded on. But you know, I got bike parts that I bought not very long ago, and they're all sitting in my shed corroded. Oh, this is liquid tape. Always wondered how hard is it going to be to get liquid tape off. Not too hard. All right, but this might be a mess inside, man. Oh, that looks bad. I'm almost scared to use this jack. Looks like it's the same type as these, but oh no, these are so much cleaner. I might have brand new jacks like this. Let me just look. This kind of. I bought them. I should buy some of those square plugs off BPTA or Bestronics. I got tons of stereo 1/4-inch straight. All right, I'm using those. Man, that is nasty. I hope this comes off. This liquid tape is kind of gross. Maybe I should just try and scrape that off before I do anything else. Oh yeah, okay, that scrapes off. Good. I'm not sure what's going to happen when I melt it. Wow, why is that so hard? That just turned into a completely cold solder joint. That's disturbing. So I should order two. Oh no, but it won't work for DI if it's mono. Yeah, one needs to be an actual phantom power blocker. The other ones could be DIs. All right, I'll worry about that later. Wow, this is gross. I'm gonna clean these up. Pull that apart. Do I have? Maybe I can do it with this. Yep. Okay. Perfect. All right. Here we go. Strip these back a little bit. Oh man, this wire is corroded. Open and just slice through. That was kind of a deep. This might be all the soldering, at least for now. And of course, these could all be, you could order these cables and not have to solder anything. But I have this stuff, so I may as well do it. Putting this new solder on here, you know, the flux is cleaning this stuff up. It's not great still though. Oh man, it's so gross. It's funny because what we call gross in electronics, you know, it's not actually gross. It's just I guess it's to us because we know it's not going to stick as well. Not sure how I want to do this. Put some new solder on. Funny that I'm making these ones because this is the last thing I'm going to use. You know, I don't actually play in a band where we do those cue things, but I do want to make sure I know how to make it work, and maybe we will soon. Like if I do make this new Misfits band, it would be good if I could have be able to call up samples and stuff. That should be it. I'm going to test this real quick just in case. Wonder if this will test it. Let's see. I'm going to put this on. Nope, not at all. Okay, so pin 1, this should be ground to both of them. Oh, that's scary. Not connected. Oh. Okay. I mean, because this should have lit up something. Okay, so we're going to see. So pin 1. So ground is going to pin 1. And pin 2 is going to tip. I think that's right. Yeah, that's the opposite. Okay, so let's check this. So here's ground, should be going to both of them. Yep. Here's pin 3, it should only be going to one of them. Here's pin 2. It should only be going to one of them. Okay, so I'm not getting pin 3. Oh, yeah, I am. All right, why is that going to ground? What's wrong here? Oh, shell's ground. Okay. Just make sure pin 3 is not going to sleeve. Okay, that's right. Should be right. All right, and that may be all the soldering I have to do for now. This build is going to take a while because there's a lot of unknowns and not a lot of stuff going on, but I am going to turn off the soldering iron and hope. Okay, so one of these two will work, but I want to use one of them. Start getting some stuff out of the way. I'm going to put the pedal board back up and throw some wires on. Okay. Back. Tools out of the way. I know I'm going to need the end nippers for sure. I don't need any of this stuff for a while. Who knows? Okay, the ones I'm definitely going to need. Not that. That's going to go in my pile. Okay. So I'll need this. I'll need. Oh wait, I still got to make one of the. Still have a cable to make. Okay. This. Is coming from 3 and 4. This is the input. This is nothing. Yeah, that's a Switchcrafter Canon end. That's a good one. I don't need that. Don't need that. This one's going to get wired into this jack. And this is hot glued. So I'm just going to cut this back and do it again. Put the sleeve, put the end on first so you can be sorry later on. How many billion times are we going to go through that, right? All right. Probably don't need that. I used to be so much more confident taking the outer jackets off like this, but yep. See, I might have messed up right there. Oh, no, it looks okay. Ooh. What in the world? Yeah, this solder sucker is about useless. I don't know what's going on here. It's like no vacuum. Yeah, it's really not doing anything. I have some others, I think. Yeah, there's no Radio Shack around anymore, so. Oh, now it's working. Oh, well, ow, ow. Oh, that is way too hot. Keep it in there so it doesn't warp. Okay, now I think we're done with the soldering. There is a chance that the this cable won't reach everywhere it needs to reach, but see how that is in a little bit here. I'm going to turn the iron off. I'm going to turn the hot glue gun on because I do want to build up the 3M dual lock on the back of the Mac Mini. Let me do that first. Yeah, so much love. Okay, so I'm hoping that if I put one more layer, like this one's high enough, might be too high, but maybe if I, shoot, kind of got to know how this is going to sit on the board, but I guess we can do that right now. Wait, what is this one? Well, that's the wireless to the... That's all right. I'll be confused. That's fine. Nobody's going to die. Okay. So... Not sure on the orientation of this thing, too. I think it's going to be this way. One thing that I do have to do is be able to get to this power switch, though. See, this, it's all kinds of little problems. And then, remember I said putting this zip tie in is going to make trouble? It is. So I could, yeah, see, it's bumping against there. I'm going to take this one off. And I think I got to build these other guys if I can do it. Zip tie's making trouble. So I want to get these on there. Might be able to get it on the back rail right here. Another zip tie in the way. All right. So definitely there. I don't think I can get the middle because the middle is just sticking up so far. And then if I can get that side, that would be good. It's gonna be like really skinny. So let me find the dual lock. I don't see it, but I'm sure I brought it. I see a little bit of it, but I have a whole new roll of it. It should be here. And I'm going to need it for this back side. Wow, these screws are not cool. What I think that I'm going to do is just build it up like that. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. But I really need that other roll because I need to put it right here. Now this has really strong adhesive on it, but I don't think that's going to be enough. That should stick up enough. Where's the rest of my glue? Do I have any more glue? I should have tons. I always buy it and then I forget where I put it, so there's usually a pile around. Where's the glue? I'm about to need more glue. I know there's tons in here somewhere. Man, everything's just so crowded in here. Oh, there's my new roll of dual lock right there. Unless it's another new roll that I ordered. But my glue. That's maybe when I clean up all this junk, it'll manifest. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, here's the bummer. I got to be able to get to this power switch. If I put it this way, then everything's sticking out. That's no good. If I put it this way, it's kind of pointing the wrong way to get to everything. But I'm probably okay. I think the USB cable, let me see. And I really do want to use one of those right angle USB adapters, but I just don't know if it'll work. So Focusrite's are really finicky about what cable you're using. Okay, this is way more than long enough. So I can put it this direction. That's probably going to be the easiest. Then if I do have to do HDMI, maybe I'll do it on a hub. Okay. So that is not quite going to hit, but I think that that's going to lock on there. I might need to build up 3 of these. Like it's so, man, bummer. All right. Almost like I want to put a little strip of wood or something. Need that glue. Let that cool down for a second. Stuff is so expensive. These pedal boards come with Velcro, which is really cool of them, but man, once you use dual lock, it's really hard to want to use Velcro. Let's hope this will stick. All right, that is pretty good. Nice if it's a little bit taller, but that is sticky. I don't know if this is exactly where this has got to go, but that is sticking. So that's good. That will fit wherever I need it. That's no problem. I might need to put more dual lock on somewhere, but oh, you know what? I do have that other expression pedal, so ooh, that might not work. Let me think about that. Some of this stuff I may as well start sticking on here for real. We'll see. Hopefully that's not in the way of anything. Once this dual lock's on, when it's on correctly, it's on there. Okay, so I need the expression pedal. And I could use a smaller expression pedal if I had to, but I already had this one handy, so let's see. Why that's wobbly? That should be stuck, man. What's going on? All right, so here's the problem. The audio interface is definitely not going to go exactly where I want it. Maybe I'll put it on the outside, and nope, that won't fit. So here we go. Here's the first bummer. I get that in there. May or may not need that right angle connector, but this is the problem, because if I want to get to this knob, I'm gonna need some more dual lock. Either I put the wireless on the inside. It's just not going to fit no matter what. So I could put it like this. That's actually not bad. Or like this. That's not bad. Kind of want it the other way so that I can get to the... Actually, that's not... That still won't be bad. I can actually put a cable through there. So if I put it like this... Oh, wow. That is not coming off of there. Find the relay. Just about perfect. Maybe I need to move everything a little bit. I don't want to break these antennas. Oh, yeah, and I need to get the... See, the jack's got to go. So that's the bummer, is if this is like this, I can get to the knob really easy. Let me turn it sideways and see, but man, yeah, see that dual lock, man, it is on there. Oh, man. That stuff is awesome until you need to take it off. So if it's like this, then I should have no problem. Oh, see, now that jack is in the way. Power. Maybe like this, or maybe everything's moving over. But if it's like this, I can actually get to the... Yeah, we got plenty of room for the output. Which one's the real out? That's the bottom one. So like that. Me, I bought another power cable for this. See how this works. So this could have been either angle, but that's a right angle one, or left angle, or whatever. It's a 90-degree fitting. What device are you setting up? No. Okay, so it's going that direction. So that's how much space I need. So that won't work. That just barely won't work. I might actually be able to move this. I could move the expression pedal over a tiny bit. That would work. This would be the nicest, I think. So I just have to move the Mac Mini over a little bit. Probably doable. So the other thing that's going on here is the PSM 300. If I could do it this way, I can get to the wires. But again, here we got two MIDI jacks that are going to be a problem. Could go like this. Then I can get to the volume knob, no problem. Antenna is a little bit sketchy. I don't want to remote that antenna. antenna wasn't hitting so hard, this would be perfect. Just don't know if that's okay to squish the antenna like that. I don't know much about wireless. But like this, I can still get to the knob. It's probably okay. It's just, when I put it in the case, I don't want it breaking that knob off. So I either go like that or like that. Like that feels safer, but it sticks out a little bit. But that part is sticking out, I'm not that worried about. This can move over a tiny bit. That would be easiest. Because it's these two MIDI cables right here that are a problem. If they're a right angle, it'd be a little bit easier, but not by much. These 1/4-inch jacks that I really don't need are in the way, but I don't really want to take them out. So I could either do it like this or like this. Actually, that's pretty damn good. Let me put those MIDI cables in and see what that feels like. I want to be able to get an HDMI cable in there if I have to. I got to be able to get all the USB cables in. MIDI, where's MIDI? It's HDMI. That is the other MIDI adapter thingy. HDMI. Well, I gotta put that still Ray MIDI someplace, but that could even go under the pedal board. That's not really a problem. Oh, the other problem with the G50, remember I kept having to send these the transmitters back. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that actually. Okay, to MIDI out. The black goes to MIDI in. I do not want to break these molded ends. That's scary. I guess I should buy some DIN plugs just in case. Like I could put them this way so it's less stress on the cable. Maybe I'll get some of those little tie downs and put them up right there. Cat? I'll be hearing cats in here. Oh yeah, we're past the 3-hour mark now. Actually got a lot more done than I thought we would. So that's good. So this is actually going in there. See, this puts that close. If I put this sideways, everything's good. It's just hard to get to the knobs. Let me move this over a little bit safer. And let me move this expression pedal over. That should not come up that easy. This thing should be locked in there so tight. I don't know what the problem is. That's pretty good. Not thrilling. All right, so this will fit here. Putting these jacks really close. Yeah, that's too far. This is how I want it. But that's hitting. And everything's just too close here. Because I got to be able to get an HDMI cable, the USB cables. Not bad. Okay, I can't get to the buttons. It's no good. I'm trying to keep this as far as I can away from that. But on this particular thing, I don't think there's actual digital transmission on this. I think it's an analog transmission. It's UHF. Yeah, this is transmitting over like UHF or whatever, but it's not as big of a problem as it is for the other pedal board. So I could probably put it here. Move the computer over. This jack has to be accessible. I could turn this. Could do that. That's still not that great. That sucks. Could put this way over there. So I could do this, but I'm really putting those antennas so close together, and I'm not thrilled about that. And this would be over here, you know, but that does make that work a little bit easier, but I think, yeah, man, these MIDI jacks are really cramping my style. Like if I could do that, it'd be set. It's just, I don't want to break that knob off. I'm not really good at switching these switches, the group and channel and all that, but if I do need to do it, I do need to do it. You know? This is where it needs to go. It's so close to... And I almost want to pull these MIDI jacks like I did before and yank these inside, and that would give me a lot more room right here. It's doable. I did it before. If I had that, I could really move this way over. Now, let me look at that. All right. So this guy off. Oh wow, that Mac Mini's on there. Take it off. So take this apart again. Maybe pull the MIDI cables in. We'll see if it's doable. It might not be. Hours in. 1:17, so I'm going to get ready to be riding my bike pretty soon. Okay. If I need the hot glue for anything else, I might need it for actually this purpose right now. So I guess they got heated up. Tell you what, that Paint Audio MIDI Captain is looking a lot better right now. So it's so tiny. Only thing is I do have to add expression pedals to it. It doesn't have any on it. I have 2 of these Mission ones, and I could just order more of those hot tone ones. Those were, man, those work great. just the right size. Really easy to deal with. So I got to remember these long ones are for the sides. Yeah, MIDI Captain is so much smaller. Everything would probably fit pretty well. Actually, let's take a look. Not that I can spend any money right now, but that's probably the way to go. Just look at this real quick. So here I am. Here's a PSM. Oh, PSM 300-ish. There's the Mac Mini. And I don't have the Scarlett on here. And this thing doesn't show its antennas. That's kind of misleading. Yes, my PGX D4 smaller? Nope. Okay. So here's the FCB 1010 size. That's this pedal board versus this MIDI Captain thing. Look at that. I would be all the way on. No problem. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. But let's just see if I can do this. So here's the MIDI. Here's the MIDI jacks. That's why this is all taped up, because I had it so that it wouldn't short out. But I think it's just 2 screws to put that in there. So let me try. Well, it's going to take this ground off. Maybe I can just leave it on there. Don't want this to do is short out, but I think I can do that. And I did so much experimenting with this board. I wish I had the money left over that I have between now and then. Oh, they go through there? No! I could grind this out. Oh, that. So the main thing is I don't want this to short out. I could tape up the bottom and then glue the crap out of it. How did I do this before? There's not that much slack here. I don't know if the thing will close. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay. So just got to make sure it doesn't short, and I can do that by. I already taped it up last time I tried to pull this off. I don't want it to poke through the tape. Maybe flip it over. No, there's not enough Not enough slack to flip it over. Insulation. Not the most confidence-inspiring insulation. I almost want to stick this down with some dual lock. That will be insulated. That's going to move it up so high. You'd have Velcro on it. Velcro. Tons of Velcro. These pedal train ones come with that stuff. It's just not peeling. I don't know how much I need to secure this. There's a good way to. As long as that doesn't bounce around, it shouldn't be short. Somewhat held on there. The top should smash it down a little bit. Should be okay. I could hot glue it, but I don't know if that's gonna be much. Just got a little Velcro on there. I wish I knew my glue is. There's nothing, no real way to hot glue it even. Oh. I don't think there's no. And as soon as I button this up and I kind of mock up the set placement, I got to prepare myself for extraction. long way to go. Hopefully I didn't get out and in backwards on this. If I mess that up, though, it's going to be unfun. I should have taken one more peek, but okay. Let's see what we can get. That's the idealist. Then I can get to everything on the side if I have to. Or what's this? That knob's a little scary, but I think that's okay. Still know if it's okay to have the antenna. This would be easy. Do I have room now? This can go either way. That's plenty of room. There's the power switch. Plenty of room for all the jacks. The question is just really, do I want, oh, shoot, sorry. Here we go. Sorry, I had the wrong camera up. Okay, so I can either put this way or this way. Not sure which one I like better. Probably better. Yeah. Hopefully I'm not scrunching the cable for really. Okay. This does stick out a little bit, but I think it'll fit in the bag. Putting one in the middle. Put some more dual lock on there. But this can actually look good to go. Do this a couple different ways and this feels safe. You can definitely get to all the switches and stuff. Why is this not locked? Because it's keeping touching. Wow. It's really that's a problem. See, I think that's the problem. There's a bump here too. Those bumps in the way. There's always stuff in the way, man. These bumps. I might have to build this up a top too. This unplugged one up. Could put the dual lock on the bumps if the hit. This one would. No. Oh, okay. Could take off this rack test. A lot of activity. It's about time to go. Back in. If I can get this one to connect, maybe I got to put them on these lumps. This one's getting this is higher. I think if I put it across the front, it should catch, but Do a lot goes fast. Oh, need the glue. I don't know where the glue is. That's scary. That should be fun. And I still got to put dual lock on the iPad to. Yeah, I really need a monitor, but I'll use the iPad for now. I'm sure the glue's over here somewhere. Oh, here's the other boxes. Had to probably go over to Long's or the hardware store and get more glue. But I'm sure it's here somewhere. This will probably be high enough right here. The backside probably won't be able to get any, but maybe on the very edge. I can put these two down. That should be fun. Just, I don't know if that's going to stick. That ain't going anywhere. Yeah. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to prepare for extraction. I have. I actually feel a lot better about this. A lot of this wiring now. I have definitely get to ride my bike and stop dropping things around here. Gotta find the glue. I'm gonna need it. But this is looking good. It is a lot less daunting than it was earlier. All the audio wires seem to be where they need to be. I'm still not sure how I'm gonna do this. I might mount the Do-Re MIDI box on the underside. It's probably safest. And otherwise, I might need to make put a right angle jack on this. This is just for the expression pedal. But I think everything else is going to fit pretty good. Great. Shoving that MIDI cables in there made that a lot less ridiculous. Yeah, still a giant pedalboard. It's terrifying now. here. It's probably just right over here. Oh yeah, I still got to take my computer. I don't know where my mouse pad is, but I got a split. I will see you guys later. It'll be part 4 maybe tonight, because I got to be in here for a band tonight, so that could be cool.